Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Why so smiley? Because I was right. I was right. Mr. Macron, the president of mighty France, comes out in 24 hours, I think, and he explains himself to the Israeli president for a statement he made. I said it when I covered it in the video. When was that? Let's see. When was that? That was done on the 10th. So on the 10th, I made this video right here. If you're not familiar with the situation, right here, see this one right here? On the 10th video, France's Macron calls on Israel to stop killing Gaza's women and babies. It says, and women and babies, and I says career-ruining move. Now that was on the 10th, and then I said Macron will probably come in 48 hours, which it took him a little bit longer, and say and apologize or try to find some weasel talk, and that's exactly what he does. And then it says here Netanyahu, that's on the 12th, so 2 days after that, Netanyahu attacks Macron. This could be the end of Macron's career, I said, and here is the article from today. Russia Today, Macron explains killing babies remark to Israeli president. And this is on the 13th, right here. So these guys did not need, but what, 2 days? From 10th, 11th, 12th, now is the 13th. Let's say 2 or 3 days to come out and explain that that's not what he meant. Now, my friends, when you know the dynamics, when you understand the structure, you can predict behavior. From past behavior, you can predict future behavior. Macron is a weasel, like many other politicians, not daring to touch certain subjects. We can't even say touch those subjects, but we don't have that much at stake. Nevertheless, these guys are afraid. Now, France has what? 60-some million people. Israel has 10 million people. France, no, the great France. This president has to clarify something that he said it, and he barely said it during the interview because the BBC interviewer pressed him. And he was like, oui, bien sûr. All right, so after he said that, I was like, he's toast. He's toast. And then Netanyahu came and said, well, Macron committed a moral mistake and a factual mistake or something like that. So now he comes out. Let's see what Macron, how he tries to save his ass. Why? And he's not going to stand by that. He's going to say, well, that's not what I said. Listen to this guy. The French leader told Isaac Herzog that he did not intend to accuse Israel of deliberately harming Palestinian civilians, right? No, that one. What's this? Macron calls on Israel to stop killing Gaza's women and babies. And that's, it's a quotation. It's not, you can find it. That's a video with him saying it. So we have French president, Emmanuel Macron appears to have backtracked on his comments about Israeli strikes killing scores of civilians in Gaza, which he made in an interview with the BBC on Friday while calling for a ceasefire. And look who initiated the call. The remarks prompted a backlash from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, smacked him, obviously, who accused Macron of making a serious mistake factually and morally. On Sunday, so it was Sunday, the French leader initiated a phone call. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Initiated a call with Israel president to clarify his position, saying that he, and I'm quoting, did not intend to accuse Israel of intentionally harming innocent civilians, end quote, according to the office of Israeli President Isaac Herzog. So this guy immediately called Herzog, the president of Israel, to tell him, please don't take it that way. I'm sorry. Now, you tell me about France again, that is a strong country, and is this, and I'm going to send you to this. The president of France, needed to call the president of Israel, all right, that little country with 10 million people over there and many in the diaspora, right? Has to call them, and that's actually now what I meant. Do you think that if Macron would have made this kind of comment, let's say against Serbia, about 10 million people, I think, do you think he would care to call Vučić, the president of Serbia, and say, sorry, that's actually not what I meant? Do you think so? I guarantee you he would not have done that. And many other countries, I would say almost all other countries. I think he would have called maybe the United States of America, speak with Biden's handler, and say, hey, Gigi, sorry, tell Biden, oh, he's still sleeping, okay. Then say that I didn't mean that one. Maybe that, but more than that, no. But hey, you think I'm an idiot? Just pay attention. Pay attention, you're going to see more. This is not over. This little thing here is not over, because the Israeli prime minister and the president will not let him off the hook, because that's the way things are done. I have to find words, and they're not going to do it. They're just going to follow and taunt him and say, now you send us Mistrals, now you send us this, you give us this, you give us this, and you give us this, for that mistake. Was it orchestrated? Was it programmed? Was it discussed between these guys? It was fixed. So now this guy's going to come, now you owe me. Sounds familiar? Herzog said the remarks had, and I'm quoting, caused much pain and upset in Israel. Well, how about facts? Is that true or not? It's like, I'm not going to, well, maybe not, because we live in a free society with free speech, so I have to shut up. Macron also reiterated his support for Israel's right to defense, to self-defense, that has limits as well. You can't just do whatever you want. And his commitment to secure the release of the hostages held in Gaza, explaining that his comments were, and I'm quoting, made in reference to the humanitarian situation. He's just trying to... Why? That's exactly what you meant. Just listen to that video. Herzog reportedly reassured his French counterpart, that he was staying in power, that Israel was taking all possible measures to prevent harm to uninvolved civilians. When you say all possible measures, I don't think they don't take this measure. Stop bombing. That's one of the measures that could be included in all possible measures. Now, it's possible is the key word. Is it possible? It is. Do they want? No. But it's possible, so they don't take all possible measures. And, all right, so it says here, and shifted the blame for civilians' death on Hamas. Let me show you that. So, all right, on right here. And shifted the blame for civilian death on Hamas. All of them? And they will say, yes. And we're going to say, yeah, like life is like that, all right? On Friday, Macron told the BBC that, and I'm quoting, he clearly condemns the Hamas attack on Israel. However, he also said that, and I'm quoting, de facto, today civilians are bombed, these babies, these ladies, these old people are bombed and killed. He added that there is no reason for that and no legitimacy. And he also says something about Israel should stop this and do that. All right, okay, remember this one? They always mention this, so that's because you have to understand this as, you know, another number from another event. You know those numbers, but you don't know how many homosexuals, let's say, were killed by evil Nazis in the concentration camps. Do you know? Do you know how many political prisoners were killed by the Nazis in the concentration camps? Do you know? Do you know how many gypsies were killed by the Nazis in the concentration camp? No. Do you know how many Russians were killed? Prisoners of war. Do you know? No, you don't know. I guarantee you don't know. But I guarantee you that you know how many Jews were killed. The exact number, you know it. The same here. They mentioned this thing right here. Right now, they dropped it from 1,400 to 1,200. And they're going to mention that over and over and over. And, you know, these guys also mentioned the Palestinians here. Civilians have been killed. But they don't blame it on... Anyway, when they are about to talk about the reality, let's say these guys kills these guys, they will call them by name and direct. They will not beat around the bushes. But when is the other side being mentioned what they did or possibly did, they always are murky and, well, they were killed in Gaza. 11,000, more than 11,000 Palestinians, civilians have been killed in Gaza. But on the other one, you know exactly who killed 1,200 poor Israelis. Now, a crime is a crime, regardless who commits it. But it seems like they don't want us to analyze things like that. That's why when you hear these guys fight for what's right or support us or something, no, because you are not consistent. You have preferential, how should I put it, virtues and qualities and principles, and that means you have none. You can't just say, well, it's a crime because that guy that I don't know committed, but this is not, even if it's the same crime, because one of my relatives committed it. There's no justice. I can't support this kind of person. So, my friends, here it is. Macron, as I said, will not apologize, but will have to make sure that everybody understands not what he said. That's what I mean. No, I'm listening to you. I heard you what you said. The problem is that was a mistake. I said it was a mistake. I said you will come out in 48 hours or 24 hours and you're going to start apologizing and trying to blah, 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 which exactly what you did. I was wrong on the exact timing, but it didn't take years. It took what? Maybe 72 hours. Within 72 hours, he was out. Well, and he called, I'm sorry. Now, how would you feel as a French citizen? That your president, the mighty France, where's Napoleon? Do you think Napoleon would have called Alexander the First and say, hey, Tsar Alexander, hey, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant, man. And Russia was Russia, right? At that time. Or how should I put it? The Prussians, but he was friends with the Prussians sometime, but at Waterloo he was not. So anyway, not only that, right? The Prussians were also in the coalition to destroy the emperor. My friends, make no mistakes. As I said, when you understand what's going on, you can predict things. I think with about 90-95% accuracy. The future behavior. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Embarrassing. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.